I did not feel the need to have you guys see me brush my teeth, wash my face. I hope you guys know I do all that. Look how cute. Oh my god, this thing, TikTok shop. Greatest thing I've ever bought. And I have some thick hair, so doing my hair in 30 minutes is like godsend. Every other morning I put on this like gold eye mask thing because self-care is not just for before bed. I need to start my day toss. I need to start my day on the right note because I'm a Virgo, and that means I wake up with anxiety. I wake up with some puffy eyes. I felt myself thinking all night and I was just like, oh, I just want to go to sleep. I'm tired. And I never did. I never got to. I have a work lunch today. As cuties as that sounds, I have to be attentive. I have to be up. I have to be energetic. I have to be fun. However, when you're tired, that is so freaking hard to do. My emotions show on my face. If I'm tired, you know I'm tired. There's me pushing through, but it's just not like the energy is off, the vibe is off, and people know. So whenever I do have a lunch or I have to go out and meet with people, I just try to start with my little cafecito in the morning. You look good, you feel good, do a little light natural makeup after I do my eye mask, and I just start my day. I was told from my last vlog that I need mics. I'm working on it, people. Hopefully you can hear me. I will put subtitles. We are getting better as every vlog comes out. Marwan has a whole bunch of these Egypt cups from his mom's house. And this is my favorite one. Like, on a day when I have to just girl boss, I drink out of Nefertiti's head because she was a girl boss. So I was getting questions about like what made me stop second guessing, like bite the bullet and just post my vlogs, and I can honestly say I don't know. Something was just like, if you don't do it now, you're never gonna do it. I needed a new personal project. You know, we have the podcast, and yes, we are gonna have the podcast come back, but I still was just like, I still need something that's just me and for my community, and build on that community that I've, you know, built. It's nice and micro right now, but just like, I have hopes that it would be something very big. Oh, honey girl is joining us. Hello, sweet cheeks. Oh my goodness. She's my biggest fan. Honestly, I got tired of getting in my own way. I got tired of getting in my own head. I'm 28. I've been wanting to do this since I was like 21, but I kept feeling like, oh, what is my, like, who cares? My life is whack. You know, I kept waiting for that moment for my life to explode. Messy action. Messy action is like my greatest advice, even though some people will be like, no, you need a plan. And yes, there is a plan, you know, put in, but messy action is you don't have all the details down, because you're never gonna have all the details down. Life is always gonna be throwing curveballs at you. So I decided to get out of my own way, because truthfully, you are always the person in your own way. You're like, it's you against you, no matter how you spin it. This person didn't support me, but did you support you? Did you support you? That's a hard pill to swallow. Anyways, let me stop being so serious. Let's go back to the fun stuff. So this is what I'm wearing today. Really quick, change gears. This is what I'm wearing today. My boyfriend got me Sambas, so I'm gonna wear my Sambas with it and my cool jeans. I need more cool jeans. Okay, so we're in my office right now. I do have some stuff that I have to get done before I run out, so I'll jump back on in a second. Oh. So I finally checked my Instagram since last night, and the comments I'm getting are just so sweet. I want to just remind everyone, especially because I am inspiring people, and this is what I think my life purpose is, to inspire people to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Like, that is just my job in everyone's life, is to remind you you only get one, and you can do whatever the F you want. Please do whatever is right to your heart. Let me tell you something. I went to a hairstylist and he dropped some wonderful truth on me. Now, I used to spend time with people who would be like, you'll never be this hot and young again, right? So like, that would sort of fuel me in a different way. But what he said was so much different, because to me, it fit in any age that you are, in any decade you are in. This advice is the best advice. You will never be this young again. You will never be this young again. That hit so hard because even when I'm 60, I can be like, today is the youngest I'll ever be. Let me go and do the thing that I'm scared to do because I'm 60 and it looks ridiculous if I do it. I don't care. I genuinely love when I see a 60-year-old with blue hair. Everybody else is like, oh, you're 60. Like, come on now. Reel it in. No, fuck that. Don't reel it in. Be wild, be free. If you want to paint your hair fucking blue, do it. Please do it. Like, whatever makes you happy. You only need to satisfy God and yourself. That is my MO. That is what I feel. That is what I believe. It is not my responsibility to make anybody else comfortable if I'm not comfortable. Listen, it is really scary putting yourself out there. I keep overthinking. Even my last video, I was like, wow, was that stupid? Like, I was just in my head about it. I think I get in my head about it because the first thing people want to do is humble you. And it is quite one of my biggest pet peeves. Why do you need to humble me? Why do you feel the need to want to humble me? The first, one of the first responses I got was, you know, it's your first vlog, it'll get better. Excuse me, I loved my first vlog. And if you didn't, that's fine. Like, I had a great time, I thought it was good. And that need, that constant need of people trying to humble you, you start to hear those voices in your head, but then you hear it as your own voice, and that is the issue. I was just so excited about this, like, what just happened? Other people is what happened. So while, yes, it can be scary and daunting to put your life out there, it can also be fun. You also don't have to think about those things. You can bask in the fact that, wow, I am recording my life history, and if absolutely no one sees this and absolutely no one cares, at least I can look back at it, see myself in my youngin' days and be like, damn, I was so fearless, or I am still so fearless. Because even myself at 21, like, I wish I was documenting some of those things. There are people who are older than me and they would be like, you are so different than I was when I was 20. I was starting a business. I was like doing like whatever made my heart tickle. Like, I did not give a rat's ass what anybody's opinion was. I started a CBD business. I have a father who was like, if I ever see you smoking weed, like, I'm gonna kick you out. And then I started a whole business. And let me tell you, I did not get kicked out. It pays to follow your dreams. It pays to do whatever you feel like doing, what feels right at that time. Honestly, and this whole follow your dreams thing, listen, you change every single like year. Well, I change every single year anyways. I don't know about anybody else, but I become a brand new bitch every single year. And it's just like, it's like the next level of who I was, right? Like, I don't become brand new, completely different. My personality changes, but I just level up every single year. So every year I cut out things that don't feel right. I actually heard that, like, was it Goldman Sachs or something like that? They fire like the lowest 10% of their company. And I kind of do that in my life. I just like move away from the things that, okay, let me analyze this past year. And then I remove myself, remove whatever it is that does not feel right to me right here. And just like getting out of my own way. I think that's going to be the title of this one. Getting out of my own way. What does that feel like? It feels crazy sometimes. Sometimes it feels really sick. It hurts. You have to like face yourself, one, and then you have to face the truth of other people. Like, damn, this person, I actually don't want them in my life. And at the end of the day, it's not them who kept them in your life. It's not them who was making you miserable. It was you and your thoughts making you upset. So fire accordingly. Do what you need to do for yourself, because we only got one life. Like, just humor me for a second. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't fucking know. But humor me for a second. Let's pretend that manifesting isn't real. Or not pretend. Let's just say manifesting isn't real. I feel like I can have it all. And it sounds naive, but I really believe I can have it all. And all doesn't mean what society thinks we should have, meaning you have a business that's successful, you have millions of dollars, you have a clean house, you have a nanny, you have a this, you have a that. I don't care about any of those things. To me, having it all is having everything that I desire, that I want to experience in life. I don't just desire, oh, this Louis bag, this Gucci bag, this, that, this, that. Those are not desires. Those are fun little gifts to myself, but that is not what I desire. That's not the kind of life that I want to live, that I want to be known for. When my grandchildren are telling my story, I don't want it to be like, well, she had every fucking bag under the sun that was a brand. Who cares? We don't go with those things. I have decided for myself, like it is literally my mission in life to experience everything that I want to experience. Outside of what anyone has expectations for me, experience whatever I want to experience. I don't care what my parents want for me, even though I love them. I don't care what you want from me, because I want things out of me. And that is the only person that I need to impress. This last quarter, to be honest, I was going through such imposter syndrome. So I go through these highs and lows. Like I could be right now telling you like, do what you want, go ahead. I could be your best hype man. And then for me, I'm like, no, that wasn't enough. That wasn't good enough. You're not good enough. You're not meant to be. You're not supposed to be here. I tell myself that sometimes, which is crazy because I would never give that advice to anybody else. And if I heard any of my friends saying that, I would be like, you listen to me. You are the most beautiful princess in the world and you deserve everything your heart desires. And sometimes I forget to talk to myself that way because I'm my hardest critic. So I had the opportunity to talk to NYU's master programs, NYU's master's program students. Clearly I didn't get my master's. And that's the thing, I didn't get my master's. I barely finished my bachelor's degree. Like I went through a lot for college, just to stay in college. And so I was getting a lot of imposter syndrome. Like it made me feel like so false. So with the company I work with now, we work with NYU interns, and part of their project was to host me and my team. And you know, typically people show up for my boss. They're like, boss girl, she's so cool, she's so this and stuff like that. And so they show up for her, which like every young woman wants to learn, especially when you're getting your master's, you want to learn from that person who was in your place. So I was having such imposter syndrome when they were like, oh, but we want everyone on the team to speak. And I was like, what the fuck? You want me to speak to master's students? I wasn't even a master's student. What the hell do I have to teach? Like, I was just like, my voice is so not worth their time. Telling myself that before I even gave myself the opportunity to really speak. Turns out, so before that, so I started telling myself, because I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't matter what you feel like. You have to do this. So you have to deliver, you have to perform, and like, fake it till you make it. Like, that's what I used to tell my dance team. Like, fake it till you make it. If one of y'all looks messed up, we all look crusty. So like, fake it till you make it, put your energy into it, do your best, and the audience thinks that that was supposed to happen, right? So that's what I tell myself. Like, back to those dance days, do your best, fake it till you make it. The audience has no idea what you're supposed to deliver anyways. I'm like sitting there waiting to go out to our breakout rooms, because it's like, I'm now the host of this breakout room within this whole entire video. I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, if I get like 2 or 3 girls, like I can still make it fun. Like, this is still gonna be fun. I go into my breakout room and there's like 8 women sitting there waiting for me, and I'm like, holy shit. I was like, wait a minute. Like, you wanna hear what I have to say? Like, that felt so good. So once I saw, and then it wasn't the end. Like, I think I had like 13 women in my breakout room. So I was just like, oh, okay. I'm just like, when I first got in, I was like, hi, thank you for joining mine. So I'm like, okay, like, I was like, oh, let's just wait 2 minutes to see if anybody else wants to join. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm like, oh my God. I felt so happy. Like, I felt so excited. So I was like, okay. So they really put the battery pack in me during my speech. And then when we got to the questions, like, as I was going actually through my speech, I ended up like just going off script. Like, I started it and then I just started like really realizing like, wait, I have a lot to say. I have a lot of experience. Like, I really do inspire women. I inspire other people. And not to be like I'm inspirational. It's more like there is a grit about me that some people don't have, and they want to know what the blueprint is. There is something about my hustle, the way I speak, the way I carry myself, that people want to learn from. Even myself, when I was younger, I was so shy and quiet. Like, I would have never imagined that I'm doing something like this. I was so shy. And then I just got tired of being shy. Like, I got tired of being that person. So I'm sure there are people my age and older or younger who are just like, I'm so tired of being this person. How do I get to the next level? And that's what I would always ask myself, is how do I get to the next level? And I know how to do that because I've done it, but I don't give myself enough credit. And like, my breakout room was so good that even down to the last 5 seconds, so it ends. It was only like supposed to be for 15 minutes or something like that. So it ended and we all like end up in the full video and we're all laughing and like having such a great time from my breakout room, because I was like, you know what? They must be feeling pressure too. So I was like, let's alleviate the pressure. Let's just talk like women. Let's just talk like girls. We're just girls. What are you going through? How can I help? It was proof to myself and validation to myself that like, you are just as important as people who are so far into this industry and have, you know, are where you want to be in the next few years. But I also add value. So All that to say, don't diminish your own value. Remember, imposter syndrome is false. It is false ideas that you tell yourself. You don't know how people are perceiving you and how much people want to learn and be inspired by you. Get out of your own way. Outfit for the day. I have a lunch today. Actually, at my old stomping grounds. This is such a full circle moment for me. So when I graduated college, I worked at some like horrible office in the city by Bryant Park. Then I quit and I got another job at a physical therapy office, and it is actually where I'm going to have lunch right now. So it makes me feel like so proud, and just looking back on myself of how far I've come in my career. I gave like 3 years to that office and offered the CEO to offer me $1. He offered me a $1 raise. And I was just like, yeah, you don't value me. Like, I need to get the fuck out. And that's exactly what I did. On my lunch break, I would go on interviews. And when I finally got a job that was going to, help me elevate, help me grow my career in marketing, this man said, you're gonna hate it. Like, who says that? You're gonna hate it. You'll be back. Oh, I'm just kidding. You were not kidding. I don't hate my job, actually. I have leveled up since then. I absolutely love what I'm doing. I absolutely love my career. And like, you should have offered me more than $1. That's what should have happened. But actually, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that he didn't. But I'm just telling that story so that you remember, like, you're not a tree. There are certain moments when the analogy, be a tree, be grounded, have roots, it's great. But when it comes to finding your worth and going somewhere that values you, going somewhere that feels true to your heart, you are not a tree. You are not stuck. Do not stay somewhere because, oh, but I love my coworkers. Your coworkers will leave you in a second. Your favorite coworker will go work somewhere else for more money, to have a better life, to feel better creatively. Go do what you need to do. You are not a tree. You are not stuck. Anytime you want to be like, oh, my boss doesn't pay me enough, so go get another job. Go get another boss. Go get someone who's going to see you for who you are and for your value. If you're accepting someone else's value of you, you're telling them you're right. That is exactly what I'm worth. I'll take your $1. Fuck that. I was doing reception stuff. I was doing insurance stuff. I was doing marketing initiatives. Like, forget that. I was worth so much more than I was being paid. And now I get paid very nicely. Very nicely. Stop blaming other people for your misfortunes, for things that you are missing out on. Because the only person who you need to blame, this is this person. This person looking right back at you, that's who you need to blame. That is the only person who is to blame for things that happen in your life. And now I need to get the fuck out because I'm gonna miss my bus.